Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Michelle Coupage coming to you here live this morning. Have a few minutes before I have to run off to a meeting, but wanted to jump on here just because, I don't know, I was feeling like I needed to be here live today. So I'm trying very hard to trust my gut, and when my instincts tell me to do something, I try to listen and follow directions. So it's something I'm working on. So I decided I would jump on here real quick because I want to talk a little bit about the blaming and complaining game that we all do. And it actually came about because of a conversation with my daughter yesterday. And she is 18. She's actually on a mission trip this week in another part of the country with my husband, helping people what did they do? Let's see. I think they were building something and they were moving solar panels up on a fort, a historic fort yesterday, and it was really, really hard work. And my husband was also complaining. He was in a different site, but he was just complaining about the people there, about how rude they are, and the things that they say to each other, and they have no tact and respect for just another human being. And like I said, my daughter was also complaining about how tired she was, how hard work it was so hot, and nobody else was really doing anything. And it went on and on and on. And in my head, all I could think of was, stop complaining. I was hearing it from both of them. It's like, oh, this is wrong, that's wrong, I can't stand this. Why is this happening? And it was all about, everybody else and everything that was going wrong with everybody else. And I didn't say anything just because they were both not in the frame of mind to be open to receiving any kind of feedback from me or me processing things for them. But in my head, I was thinking, you're blaming everybody. You're playing victim. You're saying everything is everybody else's fault. And, you failed to look at how you're contributing to the whole situation. My daughter complaining that she's the only one working. She's the only one that's sweating like a pig. She's the only one, moving stuff, and nobody else is. And I said, I did say to her, well, why didn't you tell somebody that you've been in the same spot for the past 5 hours and you would like to have a different position where you're not climbing stairs holding solar panels? And she didn't say anything, of course. And my husband was complaining about, people, the way they treated others. And I was thinking, well, why didn't you go up to the same gentleman and tell him something nice? And maybe that would kind of put them back in their other people back in their place and not be so, mean and disrespectful for other people. But it just goes back to the whole part of complaining about things that oftentimes are not in your control, because you can't control other people. You can't control other situations and events as much as we'd like to. Like I would like to be able to control my children, and not really always possible. They do have a mind of their own. They do have free will, but I can try to guide them as much as possible. But we complain about things that we really oftentimes don't have any control about. We complain about situations, about people. And we complain about things that sometimes we aren't willing to take the risk to change. We're not willing to take a risk to make something different for ourselves, for the environment, for whatever. And we also complain about things that we have some kind of comparison to. So for my daughter, complaining about, all the hard work she was doing, how hot she was about staying in that one spot. She knows what it's like to be cool and comfortable and lazy and just, sitting around on the couch and watching TV or going out and hanging out with friends and having fun. She knows that there's something to complain about when she's hot and tired and working hard, because she'd rather be doing something else. My husband listening to people complain and say really inappropriate, like mean, derogatory, discriminatory, racist comments to other people, he's complaining about them because he also knows that there's another side. There's other people out there who are good and loving and nurturing and accepting of all people. I mean, they're on a church mission trip, mind you. So he has another frame of reference of how people should treat each other. So he was complaining about something. And like I said, he can't change the way other people are thinking and what they're saying and what they're doing, but he can change his own behavior and how he's thinking and how he maybe then interacts with other people. My daughter, the same thing. She knows a different situation. She knows what it's like to be cool and comfortable and lazy and not working that hard. But she was complaining because she wasn't willing to speak up for herself. She wasn't willing to say to the leader, hey, I'd like to move to a different spot. Or, hey, can I take a break? I'm really tired. I've been working hard running up and down the stairs all the time carrying these solar panels. So it's really all up to us to take ownership of that and recognize that, when we're complaining, what are we complaining about? And why are we complaining? What's our other frame of reference that we are now complaining? Like a couple of days ago, even just about the weather. We all complain about the weather, really, but is it really in our control? No, we can't do anything about it. But we complain because we know that there's another option. So I know it's been really, really super hot in the UK recently. We've had a couple of really hot days here in the New England area of the US where I'm located. And, we're complaining it's so hot. Oh my gosh, it's so humid. I can't stand it. But why? It's because we have another frame of reference. We know what it's like to be cool. We know what it's like to be comfortable. We know what it's like to have, the perfect 10 days with sunshine and warm temperatures. So we complain when it's too hot, when it's too cold, when it's raining. We have another frame of reference. And the thing that we also have to recognize is that, we could change that. We actually do have a power to change, maybe not the weather specifically, but we can change our location. So if we're outside and it's too hot, we could go somewhere where it's cooler. If it's cold and rainy outside, we could go inside where it's maybe warmer. We could even move to another location or go on vacation somewhere. So there's other things that we can do that we actually have a choice about. But we choose instead to complain because we don't want to take a risk. We don't want to offend somebody. We're afraid of all of these other things instead of owning our own choices and our own decisions and our own ability to act and speak. So that's it for today. Hope you liked that. Let me know if you caught the video here. Say hello in the comments below, or let me know if you caught the replay. And tell me about, what you're complaining about these days, or even today, what you caught yourself complaining about. And when you caught yourself, what changed for you? Did you recognize that what you were complaining about and how maybe you were afraid to take a risk to change your situation? Or maybe you caught yourself complaining and then chose to think differently and act differently. Love to hear from you. All right, guys, that's it. Have a great day. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.